The COVID test never happened. The bill did. Minhaj Feroz Mohammed, 37, and his brother, Sufyan Ferozi, 35, both from Naperville, Illinois, owned and controlled 4 clinical labs in Illinois and California. According to federal prosecutors, they submitted approximately $293 million in fraudulent claims to Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurers for COVID-19 lab test services that were never provided. The payers paid approximately $65 million before the scheme was stopped. With the proceeds, the brothers allegedly purchased luxury real estate developments that were overseas, gold bars, luxury watches, and luxury vehicles. An original indictment against the brothers came in December 2025 as part of the Justice Department's National Healthcare Fraud Takedown. A superseding indictment has since been filed, which added money laundering conspiracy charges. The older brother, Minhaj, faces 6 counts of healthcare fraud and 1 count of money laundering conspiracy, with maximum exposure of 10 years per fraud count and 20 years on the money laundering charge. His younger brother faces those same charges, plus an additional count for engaging in a monetary transaction in criminally derived property. COVID as an era is gone, but COVID-era fraud cases are still very much alive. Many in healthcare assumed the government's pandemic enforcement window would close quietly. It hasn't. The Justice Department built dedicated task forces for pandemic-related fraud and has been working through the backlog methodically. The statute of limitations on 2022 billing schemes, well, it hasn't run, not even close to having run. A few things for you to think about. 1, these were real laboratories with real Medicare and Medicaid billing credentials. The scheme didn't require fabricating a healthcare entity. It required using a legitimate entity to submit claims for services that were never rendered. That distinction matters because it's the mechanism by which otherwise legitimate operations become criminal operations. The infrastructure is real, only the billing is false. That's a line that's easier to cross than most people assume and harder to uncross than anyone expects. 2, the money laundering charges didn't appear by accident. Every dollar that moved into other businesses, into overseas real estate, into gold bars, created a record. A superseding indictment is what happens when federal investigators follow the money far enough to find the next set of charges waiting at the end of that rainbow. The spending, in other words, was its own kind of evidence. 3, $293 million in false claims, $65 million actually paid. The $228 million that is missing didn't protect the brothers from prosecution for trying to get it. The government charges intended loss, not just realized loss. When you bill for something that didn't happen, every claim counts, whether or not the check cleared. To sum it up, the COVID test never happened. The trial or a plea will. Stay tuned. There's always more fraud to unpack next Friday.